ETSU's baseball season begins tomorrow. Yeah, it does seem a little early, February 16th, but I've often wondered if baseball might actually be better off playing college baseball, I speak of. And Andy Slagle and I, when he came on as a co-host on Tuesday, spoke a little of college baseball. I've always wondered, sports in college, they are played in the fall and the spring semester. What if college baseball was shifted to more of the summer semester? Is there a rule preventing that? Just curious. What if the College World Series, instead of taking place in June, took place in July? And the college baseball season could begin on March 10th instead of February 16th. What if the college baseball season, the College World Series, ended or came about in August? What about that? Would that be so terrible? I think you would have more interest because you'd have more people that want to go out and really, watch a baseball game in the good weather, even the hot weather, drinking the soda pop or the beer or water now. That's a big, bottled water now. They're bringing that in, chilled. But anyway, first game for Joe Panucci. He feels that ETSU will have young pitching staff, has to develop. He likes the bats on his team. They'll open up at Johnson City Ballpark. That's not what they call it. The ballpark that should be named after Jim Mooney. Let's start that one up again. Not really. Let's do it. I'm serious. They'll be doing that right off the ETSU campus. But yeah, baseball. We had Daniel Norris on yesterday. You can watch that interview on our 1420 NBC Sports Radio Tri-Cities Facebook page, the video section. He even talks about Kate Upton, folks. And we will then have for you, but yeah, ETSU baseball beginning, college baseball season tomorrow. Northern Kentucky, both the basketball team and the baseball team open up against these two old-time, it's not that old-time really, only a few years ago, rivals from the Atlantic Sun Conference. Isn't it wonderful that ETSU is no longer in the Atlantic Sun Conference? In fact, you get the idea, that if another conference could just kill the A-Sun if they wanted to. You get the idea the A-Sun wants to be all Florida, but Florida is a football state and they don't have football. How does this make any sense? New Jersey Tech is now in. Do you know? That's one of the few schools I don't know the nickname of. New Jersey Tech. They're relatively young D1. I don't know what their fan base is. It's probably not that much. Speaking of baseball, Estaban Loazia, pretty good pitcher for the Pirates, Rangers, and White Sox. Loazia was caught with 44 pounds of drugs on him earlier on in the week. You probably heard about that. Loazia just pled not guilty to the charges. Ken West, who we've had on a couple of times with politically incorrect baseball fans, even said, where do you think he got this from? Bill, there was, the last I heard of Loazia, he was participating in an independent baseball league that played from September, and it was scheduled to play through November in the southwestern Arizona area. He was going to be based out of Yuma, which of course is right on the Mexican border too. And that was the last night. He was a pitching coach for one of the teams in this league that actually closed up shop a little bit early. The Desert League, it was called. Now, I want to say that, because I'm trying to recall here, the players that would play for such a team are talking about independent minor league players. And a lot of them, the idea was that if you were already in an independent league, you could then continue after the season, come to the Desert League, and play baseball September through November. It's kind of a novel concept and such. But you can also imagine, they had to close up shop a little too early. And so that meant that Loazia was probably going to say, "Oh, sorry, but we can't financially afford to go any longer. So we are going to be, you're going to be down those paychecks that you thought you were going to make." And it was probably only going to be a few hundred anyway. So that was the last I heard of Estaban Loazia. You'd think that he was, after being a pitcher for so long, still, had quite a nest egg. But yeah, that was the 44 pounds of drag. Way to go, Estaban. Way to go. Real good. Quite the disappointing story. But anyway, what the Desert League oftentimes is, as I said, developmental baseball. And I was trying to figure out what Johnny Manziel, why he was back in the news. And he's claimed that he was bipolar. And I don't doubt him for that. I mean, fine. But he says he wants to get back into football. Okay, fine. I mean, fine. He's going to take part in the Developmental Spring League based out of Austin, Texas. Folks, this is to football what the Desert League is to baseball. It's all the guys who are picked over. It's all the Uncle Ricos before they're out selling Tupperware, when they still have a little bit of their youth left and could reasonably play. It's all of the, I was great, but the coach didn't like me and never played me. It's all of those guys that Manziel is going to be playing with. Trying to show humility, maybe. I don't know, though. Still talking about hitting and such. Developmental football, it's not quite like developmental baseball or even developmental basketball. Certainly not like developmental baseball. The injury factor is there, for instance. And Manziel is going to be a target to every defensive lineman who isn't going to care about making a cheap shot or something like that, because they're going to want to be the linebacker, the defensive lineman, that sacks Manziel, that takes him out, that doesn't care if they even take 3 steps after the whistle to knock him down. Get what I'm saying? I don't think this is a wise move. I mean, if I'm Manziel, I realize I've got that NFL suspension. They are not going to like me. But I'm looking not to play in the Spring League in Austin, Texas. Especially, hey, you're an Aggie. But to try to get that tryout with the CFL, even the declining Arena Football League, although I would think that one of the 4 franchises there might say, yeah, drawing card, Johnny Manziel. That is, of course, assuming Arena Football and the CFL want him. I'm Marky Bilson. I know you want me. Want to talk to me? And the phone number is 423-743-6124. Whatever is on your mind in the world of sports is just fine with me. This side of log rolling. I don't want to talk log rolling. I don't want to talk tennis. I'll talk to you. You think Gillespie got the shaft from Tennessee? I haven't told what the, how disappointing was it to you to see the Americans lose to Slovenia? Tri-City Sports Now, coming back.
For GMC, it means trust. For over 60 years, Crabtree has been selling quality vehicles in the Tri-Cities. It means service. With certified service technicians and a state-of-the-art facility, we can take care of any service need. It means value, with a large selection of stylish Buick models at great prices. It means precision, with the professional-grade engineering you'll find in every GMC vehicle. It means you can find your next vehicle at Crabtree Buick GMC in Bristol, Virginia, where your neighbors trade.
Caterers,
setting up,
DJ,
spinning oldies all night.
gift,
Their favorite jazz album signed.
total party cost.
$550. Just send me your half a Zelle.
Oh, Zelle. That's already in my Wells Fargo mobile app. Sending money now.
Great. Mom and Dad's 25th anniversary is going to be perfect.
Send and receive money from just about anyone with a U.S.-based bank account. Wells Fargo, building better every day. Terms and conditions apply. The Zelle Service is property of Early Warning Services, LLC, Wells Fargo Bank, N.A.
After a rough day on the range, a fella can get a bit saddle sore. That's why I use Blue Emu Original Super Strength Cream. It works fast and penetrates deep to soothe my tired muscles and joints.
And he don't stay.
And I'll tell you one thing, I had no idea this stuff was so darn handy.
Blue Emu Original Super Strength Cream. Available at all major retailers. It works fast for long-lasting soothing of tired muscles and joints.
And you won't stay.
When Dad needed help getting around, I became